Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Red Stock. So finally, Wout Weghorst has been announced from Fabrizio Romano. He is going to be coming to Manchester United. The deal has it has been finalized, and once finally, I think Ten Hag is able to get a striker replacement probably for Anthony Martial if he gets injured. And yeah, if you've been in and around the channel, you must have noticed me, Nick, and almost the rest of the people also going in and having their opinions about Wood Weghorst, what he actually brings to the table, what kind of a player he actually is, and basically, if he'll be able to fit into the system of Eric Ten Hag, whether he is sort of profile of a player who could, do the job as a target man for Eric Ten Hag. So for anyone who's not really been that linked with this deal up until now, Wout Weghorst was playing at Besiktas, a Turkish club, on loan from Burnley. But Manchester United have been able to meet the requirements, and now his loan deal at Besiktas has been terminated, and he's going to be joining Manchester United for the remainder of the season on loan. The conditions which have been revealed would go like Manchester United will have to pay 3 million to Besiktas in order to terminate this loan, and they will sign Weghorst on a loan deal from Burnley. And Weghorst is going to be flying to Manchester to get his medicals done, and still we it is still not sure whether he'll be registered in time for the Manchester derby. So that is definitely one thing that everyone is actually going to be looking into. Once again, to any person who is new to the channel or is just joining in, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Please make sure to like the stream as well. We are on 947 subscribers now, so we're really close to hitting that 1000 subscriber mark. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. With Wood Weghorst, if you have to go into stats, he's got very decent stats. He's got good goal scoring ability, and if for any team he's played up until now, he's had really good stats for those teams. In the Eredivisie, he scored 51 goals and assisted 17 times across 124 matches, and he was at Wolfsburg for quite some time in the Bundesliga, in which he scored 59 goals and assisted 20 games. So I think one of the things that actually strikes out the most is whichever club that Weghorst has been in, he has always had double figures by the end of the season, which is a really appealing trait, especially if you're going in for a backup striker, that he can actually, provide you with 10 to 12 goals per season. So I think for a backup striker, and considering the situation that Manchester United are in right now, I think it's a very decent player to have. He's also scored 5 goals in 19 games for Netherlands, two of those coming in against Argentina as well. For everyone who, I think most of you would have seen that Netherlands versus Argentina game where Weghorst completely changed the tide of that game. I think the major appeal towards Manchester United, for if you have to look into Weghorst, would be his physicality. He is able to command himself in the opposition box. He's got good heading ability. He's got that profile of a target man as well, which we've seen Ten Hag actually use at Ajax with Sebastian Haller. So definitely, it is something that most of the people have been looking into, and I think he can be a very decent signing, and he can do a very good job at Manchester United. He's won 3.45 aerial duels per 90 when he's been at Burnley, which places him 86th in the percentile globally. One of the biggest things about Weghorst is that he's able to bring others into the play, which can be exemplified by his assist record in the Premier League, Eredivisie, and the Bundesliga. He's registered 44 assists across 242 matches, with a further 4 in 16 Super League matches in the Turkish league. He is also a very incredibly hardworking striker. He's able to press from the front, and he does a lot of defensive job as well. So once again, I think Ten Hag would be able to get a striker who can be used to press on the front foot. Once again, because of his physicality and his height, he will be able to command himself very well into that box. And except that the move definitely makes sense, especially considering the situation we are in. We were crying out loud for a backup striker, because I think everyone can say it with a certainty that Wout Weghorst functions the best as a striker, and Marcus Rashford actually functions the best as a left winger, even though he's gotten a lot of goals as a striker this season. But I think with Marcus Rashford, he's the most lethal when he functions off the left hand side. So I think this deal definitely makes sense in case Martial is injured, and if we need a change of pace, if we need someone different to come off from the bench or or start certain games, considering the oppositions that we come up against. I think we definitely needed another striker, and I think Weghorst is a very, very smart signing because even if he doesn't work out, it's just a loan deal. It's not a permanent deal. So if it doesn't work out, he's easily going to be going back to Burnley at the end of the season. We've got no pressure of actually, offloading him at the end of the summer. Situations that we've been in, at quite a lot of times for the past few seasons where we've had players in their mid 30s. They are not able to perform that well, and then we are in a situation where we have to offload them at the end of the season. So I think in that way, it is a very, very smart signing to do. If he works out, he's going to be an absolute steal for the price that we are getting him at. I think his current wages are 32,000 per week, which is, I think, very, very much affordable considering Manchester United's wage structure. Once again, he's a 6'6" target man, which is very different to this people that we were looking into in this transfer window. People like Cody, people like Yao Felix and Cody Gakpo. I think he's very, very different if you have to compare him to those players. A lot of Ajax fans had similar concerns when they got linked with Haller, but we've seen how Ten Hag was able to get the best out of him. Once again, I think he was the most expensive signing in the history of Ajax for 25 million, and a lot of people thought that Sebastian Haller, he didn't really do well at West Ham. Will he be able to do a good job at Ajax? And he's been killing it at Ajax in the time that he was there. Of course, he's at Dortmund now, but for the time that he was being coached under Ten Hag, Sebastian Haller looked like a very, very good striker. And I think what it definitely now comes down to is how Ten Hag is able to, get the best out of him, how Ten Hag is actually, able to make use of him in the upcoming games. Because right now in the league, we are in a very delicate position. Right now, we are joint third. If we are able to, get a win against Manchester City, which you never know, we might be able to pull something off because City don't look quite comfortable at the moment. I think after the World Cup, they've not looked, that confident if you have to compare it to how they were performing before the World Cup started. And once again, they absolutely got destroyed last night as well in the League Cup. So I think right now City are under a lot of pressure considering Arsenal are on a very, very good run. And they definitely need to make up for those 5 point gaps. And if Manchester United are even able to make a draw, it's going to put a lot of pressure on them. So right now, City are under tons of pressure. We are in, I would say, the best form that we've been in since last season. Casemiro has been performing really well. Rashford has been on fire. Garnacho looks really, really comfortable. Except that I think Bruno is getting better and better. Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane are back as well. And Luke Shaw has looked very, very appealing and very, very comfortable playing off as even as a centre back or even as a left back. So yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting as to how things shape up by the time the derby kicks in. Will we be able to register Wout Weghorst till then? That's something that is still up for debate. Whether even if he gets registered, will he be featuring in that game? Will he be used? How much of an impact will Weghorst be having in the remainder of the season? Whether he'll be picked ahead of Anthony Martial, or will Anthony Martial still continue to be Eric Ten Hag's first choice number 9 in the squad? I think it's going to be really interesting as to how things shape up at United now. I think Ten Hag, for the first time since the start of the season, will have a situation where he's got competition for places. Because if you look across our front three right now, you've got Wout Weghorst now, you've got Anthony Martial competing for that starting striker position. Then of the left hand side, you've got Jadon Sancho, you've also got Marcus Rashford, then you've got a young star in Alejandro Garnacho coming through. On the right hand side, you've got Anthony, you've got Facundo Pellistri, and you've got Anthony Elanga. So I think right now when you have to look at it from the wingers perspective, we have got a lot of players there. We've got a lot of potential there as well for these players to actually develop. And now from the striker position, you can say that we are in a comfortable position as well, because even if Martial gets injured now, you've got someone like Weghorst who can do the job for us. I think he can function very very nicely in that system, and I think it's down to Ten Hag as to how he sees Weghorst and how much of a role he wants Weghorst to play in the remainder of the season. Once again, what are your thoughts about this signing? Whether do you think he'll be starting ahead of Anthony Martial? How much of an effect do you see someone like him having in the remainder of the season? Please make sure to type it down in the live chat. Once again, to everyone new who has been joining in, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are on 948 subscribers now, so just two away from 950. So please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are very very close to hitting that 1000 subscriber mark as well. So please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for anyone new who's been joining in, Wout Weghorst has been announced, and he's gonna be joining Manchester United pretty soon. It's I think it's a compensation of 3 million that Manchester United have had to pay to terminate his loan deal at Besiktas, and he's gonna be joining Manchester United very soon. He's gonna be flying in and get his medicals done. Uh, Boniface Kimilu, welcome Weghorst. Yes, Weghorst is a Manchester United player now, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are on 948 subscribers, so just two subscribers away from hitting that 950. Imagine the scenes if he comes off the bench to score the winner in the derby. You never know, and especially the form that City are in right now. I actually feel that United can actually get a result. I actually think that we can win that game against City. I think City are under tons of pressure right now. They're not in good form. They don't look comfortable at the moment, and we are on a hot streak right now. Marcus Rashford looks world class at the moment. Casemiro, I think he's by far one of the best central defensive midfielders in the league. You've got Lisandro Martinez in there. You've got Varane. You've got Luke Shaw actually featuring quite, actually looking quite decent at the moment. I hope Dalot's injury is not that major that he'll have to miss the derby, because the commanding and the positional sense that he brings off that right hand side, and the way he's able to link up with Anthony moving forward as well, is something we'll miss out on if he's not fit for the derby. And if Weghorst actually gets registered in time, we could probably be seeing him featuring in that game. You'd never really know. I think all it takes now is, how much time is it going to take for him to actually integrate into the first 11 and with the people at Manchester United, because I think it takes forward some time to actually get used to the pace of the forwards they're playing alongside with. So I think it's going to be very very interesting, and I think it's exciting. I think it's a very smart signing by Manchester United. And in the upcoming games, we've got some big games coming up against Arsenal, one against City as well. Then you've got Barcelona actually coming up as well. So I think a striker like Wout Weghorst, considering the volume of games that we have, important games as well that are going to be coming up, I think it's going to be a very decent signing. Is that a business done for the year? Do you think? Yes, I think it pretty much is, because all that we've been linked to in this transfer window has been with strikers. We were linked with Cody Gakpo, and a forward who could feature as a striker for under Ten Hag ended up going to Liverpool. We were linked with Yao Felix, who ended up going to Chelsea, and then we were linked with Wout Weghorst. So I think that is pretty much job done. I think it's pretty much the entirety of the business that we will do in this window. I don't think we'll even see any outgoings. We could see some loan deals probably with some of our youth players, but I don't think there's going to be any major signing happening now. I think it's pretty much done our business for this transfer window. And probably the next news we might be seeing as business would be the ownership getting shifted from the Glazers to someone else. So it's going to be really interesting as to how things shape up at Manchester United. You never really know, with our club, what is going to happen and when things are going to happen. things happen too fast with Manchester United as well. So the upcoming, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks are going to be very, very exciting for any Manchester United fan out there. And I think especially this weekend against Manchester City, it's going to be a very, very big game. And hopefully, and we are able to play good football and actually beat City. It looks more and more likely that we can at the moment. The City look really, really vulnerable right now, and I think we've got the players to actually hurt them. So, hopefully, we get a result against City and Weghorst gets announced in time. You never know, Weghorst comes off the bench and scores a winner. So I think it's going to be very, very exciting the upcoming few weeks. And yeah, if you have any comments, if you have anything to say in the live chat, please make sure to do so. We are on 948 subscribers right now, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are 2 subscribers away from 950 subs. um, for anyone new who's joining, Wout Weghorst has been announced for 3 million as a loan fee compensation that we've got to give to Besiktas for terminating his loan deal. And he's going to be joining up with Manchester United very soon. Whether he'll be involved in the derby, whether he'll be registered in time, is something that we still need to look into. It's still not. It's still not certainty whether he'll be able to feature in time for the derby. So yeah, this is pretty much it for the stream. Weghorst has been announced. He has been unveiled as a Manchester United player. I think he'll officially get announced in a few days as well. So yeah, an exciting and smart signing, and hopefully he's able to bring something completely different to the club, and hopefully he is able to perform well. He's able to hit the ground running, because we definitely need that sort of a player in our mix right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you everyone who's been able to join in for the stream. uh, Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are on 948 subscribers, so we are really close to hitting that 1000 subscriber mark. So to all the people who have been showing us their love and support, thank you. We'll continue to work hard and hard. And there's going to be content coming out each and every single day. We're going to be having, I think we might have a stream again tonight, so please make sure to stick around to the channel. And yeah, I'm going to be seeing you all pretty shortly. So, see ya.